The Dangerous Book of Heroes is a collection of stories, great stories. Stories with a touch of courage and a touch of dash, the sort of thing that used to inspire us when we were kids. It came about because of the Dangerous Book for Boys, the extraordinary stories I wrote for that, and the fact that they went down very well. And it was a pleasure to be told that people had enjoyed them, but they hadn't noticed them when they were in school. And there are so many good stories out there. I think it's worth doing. The definition of hero will always be a personal sort of thing. I don't require my heroes to be whiter than white. I know they can't all be Mother Teresa. And sometimes it could be a terrible life. Someone like Henry Morgan, who was a ruthless pirate, but he redeemed himself. Sheer achievement, I think, is impressive sometimes. The fact that he became, Deputy Governor of Jamaica and was knighted and all the rest of it after being one of the most ruthless Blackbeard-style pirates of all time. But I don't need nobility in those heroes because I'm a realist. I know that people don't live as nuns and monks. They can have an interesting life with flaws, with terrible sins sometimes, and then redeem them. And if anything, that's a very positive message, I would hope, because the point is you don't have to be perfect, you don't have to be superhuman. These are all ordinary men and women who nonetheless have redeemed the worst of their lives with extraordinary bravery and courage. And I do value that. Most of the stories we've chosen have that theme, that there's something in them, courage and a little bit of dash. And I like that. These are not just British heroes, these are heroes from the Commonwealth and the Empire as well. I mean, first of all, it's because these are the stories that appeal to us. These are the ones we were told very often. I mean, my father is ancient, and he told stories of Morgan, for example, Henry Morgan crossing the isthmus, I always have trouble with that, of Panama, and, telling his men to load 2 muskets, and then the Spanish came up and they all fired at once, and it was a wonderful sort of moment. Or for that matter, the Earl of Uxbridge, telling Wellington, "My God, sir, I've lost my leg," and Wellington turning to him and saying, "My God, sir, so you have." These are the things that we knew, and the ones that inspired us, and the ones that strangely we felt lost. Not as many people seem to know who Douglas Bader was or what he had achieved. So that was the sort of primary interest. My brother obviously lives in Australia and was in the Merchant Navy, and as a result he included quite a lot of Australian heroes as well. I mean, that's why it's sort of Commonwealth and Empire as well. These are the ones who appeal to us, and honestly we didn't need ever to go outside that. I wanted to do Houdini because he was a personal favourite of mine, but he was American, so we chose to limit him. But that's limiting it to an absolute thread of gold. We didn't need to do any more. We had hundreds to choose from, and we couldn't possibly get them all in. These kind of stories are always relevant. I think they might be particularly relevant at the moment as things look a little bit bleak. At times like that, we can't all climb Everest, I know that, and we can't all work in a cholera ward day after day. But knowing these people existed and exist, knowing that they did these things, it makes life's little irritations and trials easier to bear. And it's too easy today to get mired in paying the mortgage and doing the 101 things you have to do at work and forget to look up occasionally and realise we are capable of extraordinary and awe-inspiring things.